Hi, I'm Parris, and from about 15 years ago up until just 2 or 3 years ago, I slept very poorly, maybe 4 or 5 hours a night, went through the days like a zombie. Fortunately, a few years ago, I discovered melatonin and took some steps to improve my health, and it's really helped. I can now get about 6 hours sleep a night, which makes a world of difference, but it's still not quite enough so that I feel rested during the day. I'd like to have 7 hours of sleep a night. Sorry if you get a lot less than that and you say I'm being greedy, but I thought, what else can I do to get a little more sleep to improve the sleep that I'm having? Well, over at Bed Bath & Beyond today, I happened to see on sale the S Plus Sleep Better, my personal sleep solution.
EpicReviewGuys.
So what's this sleep solution all about? Some mumbo jumbo that's really not going to do anything, or could it help to improve my quality of sleep? Well, for $130, the original price, I wasn't willing to find out, but it was on sale for $65, so I thought, okay, a lot of YouTube watching gets done in the middle of the night by people who have trouble sleeping, and I'm up sometimes myself, so I thought I will check this out, make some pretty good claims on the box, and see if it can help me out. Maybe it can help you out too. Basically what this is a sensor on a stand that you put next to your bed. You don't have to wear anything or have any wires hooked up to you. It's going to observe you while you're sleeping and keep track of whether you're snoring, your respiration rate, I guess, how fidgety you are while you're sleeping. It also examines the conditions in your room, how much light there is, noise, the temperature. It gets you all that information and gives you the great suggestions for improving your sleep via your phone. So there is an app that you download onto your smartphone, works with the iPhones and Android phones, and once it gathers some data, it starts helping you get to sleep and stay asleep. Now you may have a fitness tracker that you wear that monitors your sleep. This is a Pebble time watch, and so it's pretty rudimentary, but it does talk to the phone. And I don't like wearing a watch to bed, but to help with my sleep, for the past couple weeks I have been wearing this, and it gives me a report on how much I slept. Here's what I slept last night. It says I got 6 hours and 9 minutes of total sleep, and 3 hours and 16 minutes was deep sleep. Is that good? What percent of sleep should be deep sleep? Hopefully with the new S Plus device I can get a more in-depth analysis of exactly what's going on. So it's time to find out what my personal solution for an extra 30 minutes, 45 minutes, dare I hope for an extra hour of sleep a night, would be all about. Okay, step 1, an intelligence test based on whether you can figure out how to open the box. Oh, this is interesting looking. Also fancy too. Your journey starts here. It's a journey. This thing is much larger than it looked like on the box. But okay, I've read through the instructions and the user manual. Doesn't sound so hard, and it's fairly easy. It does have its own adapter that you plug into the wall, a little USB cable that takes the power from that into the back of this. Kind of cleverly, they give you a second charging port available on this so you can keep your phone next to the bed, because with this you do have to, on the app, tell it, I'm going to go to sleep now, and start it recording, and then in the morning you have to remember to tell it to stop tracking. I don't care for that so much. I know some of the fitness trackers you have to let it know when you go to sleep, but I like that this one can figure it out on its own. It's going to give me a sleep score, and then it will give me advice on what I can do to improve my sleep. Also, there's a mind clear option where if there's something when you're trying to go to sleep, you just can't get something off your mind, you can go over and tap your phone. Gives you 60 seconds to record what's on your mind so you can play it back tomorrow. You don't have to keep thinking about it tonight. And part of your sleep score that you're given the next day is based on the deep sleep, which is when it says your body and muscles get re-energized, your REM sleep, which is when your mental faculties get re-energized. I think I need some more of that. As well as your light sleep and your transitions up from deep sleep and back down into REM and so forth. Not quite ready for bed yet, but I should probably lay off the tea. I'm going to take this over, set it up, and go through the steps to set up the app on the phone. Then I'll bring the camera over and let's go to sleep. I have the app downloaded and set up on my phone, and I have the device right over here. The green light means it's connected via Bluetooth to my phone, and it's ready for me to press sleep and start the whole process there. I think once this gets to the playing the rhythmical music, it will actually flash slowly in green, and then fade away completely, because this would be kind of irritating to have this light, especially right by the bed all night. And the distance is just about reaching distance from me, and it's pointing right at my chest. Here's a check out your environment screen on the app on my phone. It's supposed to register my breathing, but it pretty much seems to register any motion. Like if I move my arms around, you can see, I get the little indicator there. 72 degrees here. We have the thermostat set at 70. That sounds about right. And I'm surprised that it says I'm in green for light, because I actually have the light on over the bathroom sink. It's fairly bright in here. I would think it would tell me that's too much light to sleep with. Okay, time to press the sleep button. And I think it's going to start by asking me some questions about today. Let me answer those. Okay, let's try the relax to sleep. Lots of sounds to choose from here. Very new agey. All right, I have my sound selected. I can even kind of hear breathing in it, telling me my light level. And I think it'll go up to 60 minutes of doing this if I don't fall asleep. But when based on my breathing it detects that I'm asleep, then this sound will turn off. And I looked over at the sensor, and the green light pulsed a little, and then it went away, so this won't be shining in my face all night. Just after midnight, was up a little late tonight watching Saturday Night Live. Well, it wasn't that funny tonight. And so I will now go turn off the light, come back here, lie down, and I guess, no, the phone screen has gone dark, so that's good. I'm ready to go to sleep. Good morning. I'd say I had a so-so night of sleep, up a couple times. When I woke up, first thing I did was open up the app on the phone and tap stop tracking so it would know that I'm up. Now I'm going to compare the data on the app with the Pebble Time app, which measured, it was on my wrist all night, and I guess measured mostly my movements to decide how good a night of sleep I was having. According to the Pebble Time, really didn't have a very good night. It shows me as falling asleep about 1:20, and I'm sure that's got to be off by at least an hour. I'm sure I was asleep not too long after midnight, so I'll compare it with what the other app shows, but I'm pretty sure I got more sleep than this shows here. The wake-up time of 6:52, though, in the morning, that's correct. And the S Plus app had this message to greet me this morning. Now they're telling me they need 2 more nights of sleep to really analyze my sleep patterns. My sleep score from last night was a 75, so I guess I'm a strong C student when it comes to sleep. You can see when I was falling asleep, my light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep in the graph. And I dreamt apparently for an hour and 2 minutes last night, though I don't remember any of the dreams. What I'm surprised is the little recharge meter over here shows that was just about enough REM time. So my mind woke up recharged, my body on this side with the deep sleep, not so much. Seems like I didn't get any deep sleep until really late in the night, almost early in the morning, really. That may be why I ended up short on deep sleep. I'm curious to find out more about that, see if it's a pattern I regularly have. And if you notice the pink section of the chart at the start, how long it took me to fall asleep, well, I have something to tell you about that. So overall, I do feel like I slept last night. I did have trouble going to sleep because of trying this out. I set it to help me go to sleep with the sounds, as I showed in the video earlier. And I listened to them, and I sort of got into the groove of it. There was some kind of a breathing thing and birds in the background of it. I'm not sure what they were doing to my mind, but I started trying to have my breathing follow the breathing I heard hidden behind those sounds. And focusing on that is supposed to help me go to sleep. But instead, as it slowed down and my breathing slowed down, I thought, what if this just keeps going slower and slower and then I don't have enough oxygen? Anyway, the kind of things that pop into your head when you're trying to go to sleep at night, which is why I usually listen to programs from an app called old-time radio programs. And it's old 1940s, 1950s, made-for-radio programs, which they're kind of corny and hokey for the most part, but they're interesting enough to keep my mind from wandering to other places as I fall asleep, but not so interesting that I get engrossed in them and can't fall asleep. So after about 15 minutes, I picked up my phone and turned off the help me go to sleep and instead plugged my earbuds in and listened to those old-time radio stories. And I was probably asleep about 10 minutes after I started that. I worked this way to go to sleep for about 20 minutes. So that's why on the graph it shows it took me about 30 minutes to go to sleep last night. The information in the S Plus app is far more detailed and involved than what I get from my Pebble Time. So this sensor is doing some interesting things. I don't know what magical way it does that, whether it's a combination of sound and distance sensing, or if it sees me breathing. I don't know what's going on inside that box, but it does have a better idea of what I'm doing during my hours of sleeping than this can report to me. And no, it doesn't have a whole lot of advice for me yet. It needs 3 nights of sleep data to give me some helpful advice on how to improve my sleep. The fact that my deep sleep was really not nearly enough, and that it came so late in my night of sleeping, I'm curious about that, because that's one thing I would like to work on. I'll keep this on my nightstand for a while, and after another week or two, when it has some advice for me, I'll try out the advice, see if it does help with my sleep, and I'll do a follow-up right here on this channel. You can find out more about this device, hopefully get it on sale for about $65 at the link down below this video. You can keep checking back for that update video, or you can click that subscribe button down below. You'll get notified when our videos go up. See you on the next review.
Epic Review.